Did we figure out who was starting, Julie?
I mean, guess it's you now. Hello, Paul. Welcome to Moogle Go Round Radio. We started.
There was some brain fart.exe.pvp.
Paul has performed a legal operation and must shut down. Please restart your Windows operation right now. Beep, beep, beep. Welcome back, Paul.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I went to another dimension for it. So today on Moogle Go Round, we have.
Well, before we introduce them quickly, Paul, do you know what today is?
It's the 22nd of April.
It's the 5th anniversary of Moogle Go Round Radio.
You know, I feel like, Chili, that you're the woman in this relationship and I'm the dude and completely forgot.
Well, congratulations, we did it. I think today is the 5th. Well, not today, but in like 4 days is the official first recording we ever did. But of course, we're not recording in 4 days from now. We're recording now. So, and guess what, Bob?
You are streaming that day.
I will be streaming, but this is the podcast, and we recorded the podcast first before we start streaming.
So we're supposed to tell our guests to get champagne. Do I need to go grab a bottle of bubbly? Maybe
I have water. Does that count?
No, because you don't drink alcohol, so you're fine. So yeah, you can drink water.
Sweet.
That does count.
But do you know what our topic was on our first ever podcast?
No, I actually can't remember.
I look back. I can't believe this.
Was it PvP?
It was PvP. Somehow.
Wait, what?
Our first ever podcast was about PAX East and PvP scene. So, by coincidence, and on the right day, we've gone full circle. I don't know how I did this.
Did we just retire? That much of just... Heidelin herself just came here and just was yeah, job done.
I don't know how I did this. I didn't even plan. I can tell you now, I did not plan this at all. Somehow we talked about PvP and also... Anyway, 5 years, blah, 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 blah. 5 years. Sometime.
5 years. Congratulations
recording,
to us.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
What matters the most is the fact that we've got some amazing guests on. We've got 3 different guests from the group, the PvP Revival team. Which is a Reddit-based Fantasy 14 group that is also on Discord and has an active social media presence. Go follow them on Twitter. And of course, later on, we'll talk about their Twitch accounts and blah, blah, blah. But first, we've got to welcome the owner, the runner, the real manager person that's on the show. That's not me, Manager Eternal.
I mean, going from what they posted on Twitter,
Which one of those is you?
Which one's the actual owner, or is it divided? A unity, a council?
Yeah, I'm
Technically,
sure
I'm the
Brian has. There is this staff is huge now. It's grown in these last few.
Has it now? Is it? Yeah. How many inches?
Oh man,
I'm sorry. You said staff.
Went from a 4-inch.
Oof.
That's an upgrade. That's RTX for you right there.
I actually pulled those in there. I don't know.
I don't know. But anyway, welcome, Eternal.
Yeah.
Paul, you want to introduce our next guest?
That was the most lamest thing I've ever heard in my life. So, okay, let's do this properly. I want to feel a bit professional,
Fine, go ahead.
Okay, so we'll go from top to bottom.
So Paul again.
Yeah, Paul would be me. Yeah, what's good on people? Yeah. No, but first we heard of Brian Ricardo from a good friend called Talon Broadbent. He was on the Broadbent with Chili. So let's introduce him first, and then we'll introduce, even though you've already introduced Eternal. This is a shit show.
What? I thought you were going to be
interesting. Yes, Brian Ricardo.
Hey, hi.
Give us your due.
Was that a year ago or 2 years ago when I was on that show?
I think it's 2 years ago now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It feels like forever.
Yeah, that wasn't a PvP show, but it was a healer show, and I was just talking about the healer PvP aspect of it. Yeah. But anyways, I'm the admin of the Discord, the PvP Revival Discord. And I also pretty much full time.
Yes, I've tried to lurk into a lot of your streams. They're very good. I've enjoyed watching. You've been doing some feast training.
Yeah, we had a training. Yeah, in my intro.
Okay, now we shall go to the next person on the list. Eternal, give us your details.
Hey, my name is Eternal. I don't stream. I don't have a big social. I just am really to see if there's any kind of partnerships, people that want to work together, streamers, and I am part of this.
Well, then going straight into the next one, Yuri. Even though it sounded Russian.
Yeah, you butchered it. That's fine. Hi, I'm Yuri. I'm from the European part of the team. I'm on the Light Data Center. I joined last. I have to lie. To take over for the. No, it was before the split. I joined before the split. To take over for the European promotions of the Discord. Well, about myself, I'm very active on the Korean server as well. I PvP occasionally there when my ping allows it. And my next mission in life is to revive the Japanese data center.
Oh, that's cool.
That's big, and I like to see some European You know, because mostly all I guess we get on the show are usually NA, but European and on a server I play, or at least a data center. There we go. That's
I was
plus one
gonna
in her
say,
prop.
you play a lot on a lot of data centers. Kind of a wide net there, Paul.
You know, but my main is actually, you know,
Fair enough.
so you know,
As we say, light is right.
see,
Aether is.
no, Aether
Aether?
is
I don't know. Maxler says, when does Grav join the podcast? Well, you know, I'm hoping that if this goes well, we can have more PvP stuff in the future so that we can a way to both grow the PvP scene and to grow Moogle Go Round, because PvP needs as much voice as it can get, in my opinion, because it just does. It just doesn't get enough promotion by any creator.
So that tweet that if you look under moderator, Grav is scratched out. That's because when this picture was originally made, that girl, the question mark, was actually because he was the only moderator. And then he became staff, so we had to redo it. And I go, oh crap, we need more moderator. We're down to one. A little bit of a back.
Well, congratulations, I guess.
He's not the girl anymore in the picture.
But yeah, do you want to talk about your before we start? Do you want to talk about what you do with Revival?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we could go down the same order.
Yeah.
So Brian.
So the main thing we try to do is just revive the scene community-wise, just socially as well. Keeping queues up for Hidden Gore, Driver Wings, creating events, and also like hosting events and helping people who want to do events like tournaments and stuff like that. That's like the main thing we do, and you know, just getting people to try the mode because a lot of people are afraid of PvP, so we try and like give that little entry point for people.
There's a lot of you know, different experience, and I do so, you know, that's why I don't know. I have just heard rumors and don't have much more than 50 matches. A big part of that, I think. I know this word has some negative connotation, but there's a lot of the casual that hangs. So for it could just be now that I'm paying more attention to it, I know more, but that we have that side of, hey, how do I get? Because I do see a lot more. We do a lot, but my biggest focus is making sure.
Definitely.
Yori?
Yes. Okay. My mission is a little bit different than the rest because I've been playing P for a really long time in this game, a little bit too long for my taste. Yeah, I started in 2.0, like when Borderlands. Well, I've been around for a long time, but my mission actually is to make P like more known, not just to the player base, but also to the company, Square Enix. Like they're kind of like neglecting PvP. It's like an understatement at this point, and I want to show them like this content is alive. Like there's enough like player interest for it, but the company just doesn't do enough for it and doesn't support it. And it's basically everything community driven at this point. So I want to show with the community like Square Enix, there is a big player base for this. You have to put more effort into this game mode.
Yeah, back when PvP had equipment, I remember when it had its own stat back in 2.0.
Yes,
Man,
Morale. Yes.
I just want to say I missed the old. I think it took it took me a month or two to really grind out Max to be able to put on. I kind of missed that. I kind of missed that way. And hopefully with Endwalker, we think that's realistic for the general population to work towards, but isn't just handed out. No, let's be honest. So I would love to have something
pretty
that's
bad.
a little bit. I mean,
I'm with you on that one. Like, I want to see PvP not just be like a thing that most people do for glamour now, because that's what I hear from my friends. Like, oh yeah, you know, this glamour looks pretty cool. I'll go do a couple of, you know, do the roulette for it. But I want to see them actually like you can actually get gear that you can use in PvE as well. So like, WoW, I play WoW a lot as well. So I play WoW and Final Fantasy, and I played a lot of WoW PvP. You know, Battlegrounds. I did arenas. You know, and I got gear from that because they have their own stat called Verse. What Verse does more damage in PvP than it does in basically PvE, and you can get gear from PvP and WoW where it can actually be really good best in slot for me in PvE. And I'd like to see that come back into Final Fantasy where it's like, you know, if I keep playing PvP, it has a stat where, you know, you do more damage in PvP, you know, and it gives you a kind of a chance. And I wish I could get into PvP in Final Fantasy. I've tried so hard, but it just doesn't have the same satisfaction for me.
Okay.
I want to keep going.
Hold on, I want to touch on. So I get what you're saying. You want, if you put the effort in at the times that you want to reward with hitting a button and you're automatically because your stats are better. I get that. I do like it, but I do wish there was some variation. For example, I did like some vitality back there, so I do wish you variety. But I don't think someone that should have it stats wise. because
advantage, yeah.
they already have an advantage in knowing how to play. So I see where you're coming from. I would like it, but I don't, just because us three here, we already know how to PvP. We're automatically in. I don't think it's fair that we're better than them and then we click the same button. I don't think that's I think glamour. But I don't think bringing back more. That being said, I do like the way things where, you know, best in slot for P generally was last regular raid drops would be best in, because it would reach the item level cap, so that way you're capped. And I like that because this was easy to obtain. I mean, if you can't do normals of last year's P raid, I don't know what to tell you. You gotta learn how to click buttons. But it also let you kind of put some that I like. But either way, I don't think that I don't expect any big change. I think we have which is something that's welcome. Now, I know a lot of scoff whenever I say PvP is a little harder than you, but the reality, and this is I think Square Enix the mantra, easy to learn, hard to, because there's a lot of folks who go, man, this game is dummy. Meanwhile, they're parsing, right? And realistically, their opinion matters, but quite frankly, it's not going to be as. Yes, the system is easy. There are very few, but where the difficulty comes and kind of the skill cap comes is in how they interact, hearing, and I think that's kind of what makes, yes, cool, you know how to hit home gang to kill, but there's a lot more to it than that, and quite frankly, get it, because it's not a number, it's not a, and I think with this community that we are getting something never, or just, yes, it's pretty simple, build up your, unload everything, but here's where, when I have been seeing a lot of new, and seeing them go, hey, what you said, and now I understand. But don't get me wrong, the PvP is not the most complicated, but there is more to it, and that goes for, I don't know.
Oh, I definitely agree with you. Like, a new player will say it's easy, and then they see the veterans and like the scoreboards and stuff do like triple their damage and triple their kills. So new players know that there's like a skill cap and stuff to it, and they have to play better and learn to get better. So I agree with you there.
I think a big being good at P. It's not that skill. And I think they're like, oh man, this is easy. I'm just hitting buttons, easy. But the thing is, they're hitting button where the healer is unkillable. Meanwhile, when they play healer, you just got popped. So something is wrong. I don't know. That's something I've been wanting to get off my, because I type it a lot. I just want people to really understand. Part of the fun is in different.
Yeah.
Super easy. Rival wings during the Moogle Tome. I play Samurai. I cannot tell you the amount of people that killed themselves on me when I have. They'll see me at 10%. They will try to kill me, literally ignore them and kill a mech. And that's what I mean about it. They don't recognize what Shiten is. They don't recognize what Bloodbath is. They don't know the sound, what it looks like. They probably don't even know what it does.
You should probably explain it now, TBH.
Fair. So Shiten is.
Wait, let me guess. Bloodbath is the Healy melee. Shiten is something.
Yeah. So Shiten, the animation for Shiten is really cool. Remember, like spins their. That's what it's sword. Yeah. All right, they spin their katana around and it's like whoosh, whoosh, and then you counter a couple of attacks while taking so combined of a bloodbath. So you're taking your counter. So samurai, you need bloodbath. What I usually completely ignore the dudes hitting me, faint the mech in front of me, and now Midari do that. What's that free called? And just burst that, and suddenly I'm at full health. Hit an AOE once in a while, and they just and that was so common. And I would laugh. I'm sorry, but I laughed. I laughed very hard.
But if I see my health going down, I'd be like, something's up. Like, run away.
Yeah, no.
My biggest issues with players is that people separate with PvP. So when they think this is acceptable in PvE, they think it's acceptable in PvP as well. I noticed this a lot last week, when we had a small influx of new healers, that I would see them, like their team would like drop an HP, but they would either be casting Medica, which you're not gonna do as a healer. I'm sorry, but you're not gonna cast Medica in PvP, and then start spamming Glare, because they are so used into the PvE, where you have, let's say, a certain amount of time, let's say 10 seconds, where the healer can freely DPS as well and doesn't have to focus healing, right? They have that mentality, and sometimes they forget that PvP is like a dynamic match. Everything changes. You're not gonna have a 5-second window where you can be DPSing. You won't have it. You have to focus on what is happening to your team, and this is the biggest issue that I noticed lately from a lot of new players. And they have to cross that barrier of PvE is something else and PvP is something else, because the skills in PvE doesn't mean it does the same thing in PvP. If I have a damage, let's say a damage buff, it will also have something negative, like you will take more damage, which in PvE it doesn't have the same effect.
I don't know if I would call it an issue, but something that a lot of new players.
It's not an issue. No, it's not an issue. I didn't mean an issue.
No,
I mean
they
they don't know how to separate it.
Yeah, so yeah, I do agree. There's Man, I don't know if this is good. I don't know if this is bad, but the fact that the abilities are, oh man, it's a double-edged sword because it's familiar. If you're coming from PvE, you're like, oh, cool, I know what this ability does. Wildfire works different. A lot of the abilities are timing. You could last less time. So I think a big part of that is just kind of the skill in PvP. And a lot
So,
of people
would you
don't read their
suggest
abilities.
perhaps maybe a Hall of the Novice style thing for PvPs? Let's just say you unlock PvP for the first time because you get all your abilities, don't you, when you unlock it?
Yeah.
That they force you to go through like a training exercise in like the Wolf's Den to learn some of your skills for that job.
I think Hall of the Novice for like, granted, I've only done Hall of the Novice because so I don't know exactly how it works. From my understanding, you get level X and it makes, hey, tank, go in there, AoE all.
Pretty much.
It's hard to do that for PvP. PvP changes, I would say every patch, honestly. They're not all major changes, but there's always some sort. Not only that, it's a lot. The way you play a job is a lot different in Feast, and yeah, there are some skills that transfer, obviously. But generally, it's a lot, right?
Well, I'm thinking mainly to teach people what the actual ability, not actual strats, but just so they know what their button.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say next. I think when you unlock PvP, maybe automatically teleport someone to the Wolves Den and say, hey, you have a brand new bar, check it out. I think that would be helpful, especially if someone's loading into maybe automatic teleport. Maybe put them in a Wolves Den instance where it's just themselves and they have to stay in there and hit button, read abilities and whatnot. Maybe that's a start. But the thing is, realistically, it's the same thing. If someone wants, they're gonna. No one learns how to parse. What's the highest? Orange, whatever, gold parse from reading this. They find going out and finding it. So I think that's kind of where hey, you want to go from being let's say a gray parser to a blue parser, but at the PvP equivalent. I'll come here and we'll help and we'll teach. And it's not just the staff. There's a lot of actually they're not staff. They're not revival shills. They're not anything like that. They're just community genuine. And a lot of times I'll get off work or wake up and I look through chat. I don't read all the messages I miss, but I'll look through it and I'll see someone like the veteran welcoming them, helping them, asking their questions. People are like, how do I heal? Right? What do I do to heal in frontline? Feast is hard. Why am I not getting any kills? And then I see some good conversation. So I guess to answer your question, would a Hall of the Novice be good? Maybe not Hall of Novice, where it forces you to mess with your PvP HUD. Which how do I change? Maybe something that will put either the Wolves Den or an equivalent, so you could go ahead and mess with that. Other than that, if someone wants to take it a step further, they need to, and I think we do a very good job being accessible. Find where it comes.
Okay, I have something to say to that. There is one mistake they did back in 2. I don't remember which one it was. There actually was a quest for VP, which a lot of people don't know it existed, but there was a quest at level 30 where you got introduced Wolf's Den, and you actually had to do a match for the quest, and it would explain the mode itself. In my opinion, if they just leave the quest, but would just make it a standalone quest, and not where you have to actually do a match, but a quest that actually explains what to do, and you have to change your hood and the skills and everything different. If they would just revamp the whole quest, I think that would be a lot more helpful for new starting players who are not part of a.
I think so. And I also think that if they had a quest like that, we could hit striking dummies. It's not like that's not a thing. And there's PvE mechanics in PvP, like nodes and ice and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
I mean, at least you can learn how to burst through that, I would say.
Well, not just
Exactly,
that, but you've
that's
also got the Mammoth and the Rival Wings they could just use as
Exactly.
I
You could
think-
just be a match against NPCs, basically. I mean, they
Yeah.
added NPCs for dungeons. I mean, they could basically revamp it for VP as well and just have one simple quest where you can get introduced to VP, because there is no introduction. It's nice that the website explains the mode, but to be honest, whenever I read the guides on the website, it doesn't really help me.
So
It never helps.
I think the big problem, or not, I don't want to see the difficult here is that PvP, if you boil it to it, and it comes down to and defend burst, and that's something that it's just I don't see how a feasible way for a non-human, for a text box, anything like that. There's a lot of folks where I'll tell them go to Wolves, they go and they hit their buttons, but in PvE, I know a lot of times the openers are burst. But PvP is basically it's all about how do I execute my burst, and how do I defend others burst. And I think this kind of goes back to read your ability. Difficulty comes in how to put and recognizing when you should go the big dick burst, and I don't know how. I quite frankly I don't know how that could be somebody without an actual.
Yeah, but that'd be when we're talking about the real base. I would feel like that would be something you got real people and your community.
Honestly, the answer would be if they just like quite frankly that I'm gonna be honest because there's nothing that okay, look, I love the Square Enix, I think, but there aren't many at least that I know of that I would trust to be able to put good new player experience. What's burst, what are the
I disagree. I think totally that Unity team could do it.
Yeah, okay.
That's how
all they do is stream is PvP.
Okay, let me explain something. Okay, so I don't know how it's on the Western Hemisphere, but for Europe, we actually had a dedicated P team from the community, like from the community managers. They actually know a lot of about PvP. Okay, so a lot of people don't know. I be a Square Enix ambassador for Final Fantasy 14. And I would like promote PvP during like conventions like Gamescom, etc. And like you would like have the community managers, and they would like know everything about PvP. It's just that the company itself doesn't really like.
That's the thing. Those are there are community or were in.
I mean, big shout out to Faye, aka Fire. She organized the PvP at North American.
Yes, so a lot of them do PvP, but they're the community managers. So I'm talking about the actual. Given the questionable changes we get sometimes, they're the ones that would be actually getting. And I don't think that can actually get it done. I don't know this. Now, if they want to involve the community through the community managers, then something can be done. And I know a lot of good PvP players have even said, look, dude, I'll do it for free. Like, let me tell you how to fix this. But until from people above community managers, they are great support. I mean, they have throughout the years. I will be the first to say that they're made, but right. So when I say that I don't trust them, I mean the higher ups, the people that actually get to put they're the ones that I wouldn't. And that's why I think it falls on.
While we're talking about new, someone in the chat called Thursday has a question for Yori. Does Japan have problems with new players?
Okay, so I haven't played on the Japanese servers for a while. I do check sometimes from time to time. They have a little bit of different mentality, the player base. Japanese players are not like, let's say, the Western players like, oh, look, there's a glamour. I want this glamour, so let me just queue up for this mode I've never experienced before. They will actually take the time, learn about the mode, before actually attempting to do it. This is what I noticed from the Japanese player. The Korean players are totally different as well. They are more like competitive than we are. But for now, I can't really say how it is, but they don't really have that problem with new players like we have. That don't like put any effort in it or don't try to learn. Like most of them first learn what's it about, what can I do. They check guides and stuff like that, and then they queue up.
Yeah.
But they don't queue up blind. That is a huge difference.
Yeah, I have a good example of that. Because I play JP data centers and Feast sometimes, and like their bronze matches are like NA platinum matches sometimes because the JP players already know how to do medals, they know the objectives, they know how to do countdowns. While in NA, if you play like a bronze match, I would say 65% of the time people don't know countdowns and stuff like that. What percent for you?
What do you want? 69%. That's the nice one.
I would say, like, if I'm being honest, 90%. Unranked and bronze, dude.
I don't know. I don't really play that bracket.
That place is torture. Like people just they don't even know.
I'm gonna jump into bronze at some point one day, maybe. I guess I doubt it.
Yeah, the thing is, like, people just jump in to rank. They even have their not even. Know
hey, I have that at least. Okay, I kind of know that.
Yeah, but generally, like, if you were to queue right now, man, now you're making me actually curious. I want. Usually, I just take over count. So I guess that's also why I'm buying. Because to me, I'm just like they don't know what they're doing countdown.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give them like 30 seconds. If nothing happens, I'll do it. So I guess that's why to me it's more like 90% of the players don't know. But
I don't know. Imagine doing research in advance. Look, I like to go. I don't know about Paul, but I like to go into one thing blind and then I research after I've had my ass handed.
I think that's fair.
You see, I think for like story, if you die, it doesn't matter. But I don't want to say PvP is like village level raid, but you kind of have to have that. These are you're going against. So if you're here reading your ability, trying to figure out why it's working different, you just got fun. It's not fun for you. It's not fun for anyone else. You're literally existing there.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
team game. So like, if you don't care, you're just like
But-
hurting your team, and that's why
Yeah.
JP players learn because they don't like that embarrassment of letting
I
people down.
No,
I get
there is a
embarrassed.
difference, guys. There's a difference. Like, it's fine if you go in blind for like modes
Baptism.
like rival wings, like front lines, because that's okay. You can still learn
Oh,
inside
yeah.
inside of that mode. But competitive play is something else. This is something that bothers me because I haven't played a lot of competitive games, especially in P. You do not go blind into something that has a ranking, that has a certain reward, like a timed reward. If it's just like frontlines, you can learn a lot of things inside of frontline, even if you have never touched PvP.
100%.
I'm gonna say I.
Oh, what?
100%.
What?
100%. It doesn't matter.
What?
It doesn't matter if it's casual or not. Here's what happens. Player comes in. La di la di da. Holy shit, where all my... Let me just throw some things on there. La di la di la. Yo, dude, I don't do any damage to this healer. Why is he not dying? La la la. Holy shit, I just got killed in 1 second. This game mode sucks. PvP is dog shit. I'm gonna go tell the world he sucks because nothing dies, and that's why I think it's very. If there was no point in doing the basic, why would we even make? Now, I'm not saying you need to know how to do your bursts and everything defensive, and know that bursting and sheets in is a bad idea. You need to know in front line, right? If someone goes in and they how to even point, they have no that map shows you where objectives are. They have these different. They're quite frankly, they're not gonna rival. What's a gobby? I don't know. I just looked it up, and what's gob crate? I don't know. And to be frank, in the middle of a PvP match, no one's gonna stop. And the mechanic is different. You wipe once. Hey, cool. That mechanic is how you resolve it. Hey, awesome, dude. Thanks. Wham, cool. We clear. Victory, fanfare plays. On PvP, you got a new player who doesn't know what's going on, and it's very obvious when it happens. Now the rest of you don't even know what.
That is
you
your
don't know the
opinion.
basics.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it is.
I'm sorry. I prefer 100 new players in front lines than I want one new player in in a ranked match, especially if you're just doing, you're already like, I don't know, silver, gold, and you're doing a qualify, and suddenly you get somebody, and the first thing what you see in your log is somebody unlocking an achievement for the first time ever entering Feast.
Yeah. So here,
And you're like, okay,
here's the thing.
and then you're like, okay.
Here's the thing that people, most people get in. What happens when you got a lot of people who have no clue what they're stomp match over and over and over. And if you could, that kills, would say, even up here when we take a break from doing frontline, probably because we're tired. So that's why I do get them again. These guys, at the very least, watch it know, and the player will have a better time. He will have a better time. A big part of it is retention. If players come in and getting bum rush, we're not gonna get when they're not gonna stick around. They're gonna be like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna go back to my queue up for me."
MSQ, woo!
That way people at least know that they could go, "Cool, I'm not very good at this. This guy was better than me. Now they have better," and that's the right.
I definitely agree with you when you say the bare minimum.
Yeah, like I'm not saying they need to go in and be freaking god tier, diamond level players, right? But at the very least,
sure.
No debate. That's the whole reason. If there was no point, if there was no point in if it wasn't.
Go check out
if this isn't for new players, then then what are we? Because we're not gonna learn. Like, this is all very basic stuff. So all that is to say, click on
click on the link below.
Click on that link,
which you can't click on because this is an audio podcast. But
crap. Well, y'all people.
You know what? I will link it in the description below. In the description of the podcast, if you might send me the link also afterwards.
And in case you don't want to click, go to Acme section.
Happy birthday! Nobody else get that? Just me and probably Flatus and Paul.
I didn't get it. No.
If you go to
explain it. I need to know now.
Okay, go ahead.
It used to be a running joke that it's every day is Arkmorn's birthday. Arkmorn, the old community manager for Square Enix.
Yes.
Yeah. Arkmorning. Happy
birthday. But if you go there,
joke.
You click the PvP section, and there's very big. Spread them wide.
Okay.
And get
that
people.
Look, she doesn't even follow me anymore nowadays, Flatus. Anyway, she's probably mad at me.
Okay, so you've got the basics. So say if people want to kind of go more in depth where it comes to, say, Feast, say, they want to become a competitive peer. Where would they find that, Loki? Maybe me. Right. I'm just gonna quickly load up his stream real quick.
Oh Lord!
Yeah, sweet. We're just gonna sit the rest of this podcast just watching old Brian streams. Finally,
I mean,
my
I do
dream
all the
of-
modes, so I don't even know if my last stream had.
It was
Yeah,
probably,
that-
it was probably
but yeah, probably streams watching
go.
top players play. Usually
Make
the
sure you
best
go
thing.
follow Brian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
so
not the
Brian.
I'm the one who streams like consistently, but there's definitely other streamers out there who stream there for like platinum and diamond and stuff like that.
You're
Follow
too busy
Punky.
playing. Follow all the people in that PvP rival. Now, as someone posted in the chat, I always do feel bad in PvP. I don't know. I hate myself. I can't play feel bad. So I personally would like Ballista to come back from Final Fantasy 11, and anyone who listens to the podcast knows I've said, because I don't have to kill people in Ballista. I can just sit in the corner
Here
and
we
dig for
go again.
balls. Look, I
Yo,
can just dig
hold
for
up.
balls that win.
I've
Good
been
lord.
saying for the longest, bring Ballista back, but don't bring Hyper. Just bring regular
Yeah.
Ballista.
Yeah.
Do a change so that the items you quarry, you can't just die and get like OP.
Finally,
But-
someone other than me.
But you had to kill people though to get the little.
Yeah, you had to kill people
Yeah.
to get gate, but
Yeah.
like,
This is boomer
But-
talk, by the way.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I'm just sitting here, you know,
Look, I was in college when I played 11. That's how long ago. That's how old I am.
and I was still in, you know, not even a twinkle in my dad's eye.
I was like 14.
Well,
Yeah,
I think I was 15, 16, going in college when I was 16.
Wait, how long was
so.
it ago? I have no concept.
I mean,
don't know.
I
after
have
last year,
no
nobody has any
I have, like,
concept.
I have literally no concept of time anymore.
What is time?
Oh
Fade
no,
into your imagination.
I remember I played Final Fantasy 11, but I can't remember how long. How long ago it
2002?
was.
Why is
My
everyone
God.
playing FF11? I'm still
That's when it
saying
came
I
out.
remember I was playing 11 when I was still playing Lineage. That's the
But
only thing I remember.
I paid a lot of money to import my copy from America because at the time we were taking aid to get the fancy games from Europe. So I paid like £100 to import, which was a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot, but I was, young, and I had to pay like $200 to import 11 on PC. It never came out on PS2 here. We never got the hard drive.
But yeah, if they brought back Ballista,
I'm so happy. Finally, someone's
I
it.
would go
apart
crazy.
from-
I can't even imagine.
Yo, honestly, I used literally Brian was streaming Ballista, and I didn't play in years. And Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, you were shook at like how much I remember.
Yeah.
Like I literally used to only play Ballista. The reason I didn't come on
I was
because
part of that.
too young. Yeah, I was.
No,
couldn't
I
compete.
was part of Blister Royale, and we actually got quite far, but it was in North America, and I was in England, so I couldn't really travel. If I'm brightly off, it was travel because they did had like it at the end. But no, someone in the chat, Flatus, has asked about on other MMOs.
Fuck no.
Okay,
11,
No.
11, and 14. That's
Yes,
it.
yes, me.
Oh,
This is my moment to shine. Okay.
yay!
So I usually don't play. I usually didn't play. I have to like use correct words now. I didn't play MMOs before because I was like console gamer, standalone titles, single player. And then I picked up Lineage 2 and I was hooked. So I was in a guild back then, which was only PvP. And Lineage had like this, should I say, alliance really heavy. So like we would like camp certain areas, could like get a certain world boss. And then you had to fight against other alliances or like legions or guilds or whatever you want to call it. And it started from there. And then my whole legion, like my guild, we switched all to Aeon. So we played like Aeon for 10 years, I guess. And Aeon is really P heavy. Like you have alliance, you have open world, you have arena, you have 1 versus 1, you have insta. It was really big. And there was a competitive mode as well at some point where the server would like have a top player for each class. I was Europe's top Bard player. I'm still proud of myself. So when I switched to Final Fantasy, and Final Fantasy Final Fantasy 14 didn't have any PvP yet. And when they PvP, I came back to the game because I played 1.0. And then I quit because it's crap, as everybody knows. And I came back in 2 points when they released Borderlands. This is when I came back to the game. And I've been playing since.
Very nice.
Paul, you were going to
Yeah,
say something about PvP.
My life story.
I started in January 2015, but I don't remember what patch that is exactly. 2
That's it.
point something.
My version of PvP, so I've played a lot of MMOs, and I've played a lot of PvP in other MMOs, and Final Fantasy's PvP. I say I enjoyed it in Heaven's Ward, but that's when Bow Mage and Gun Mage was a thing.
Oh my god.
Okay, I want to
Uh,
say something.
No, go ahead. I'm still trying to hold in a piss right now.
There's so many. I'm not saying it, but I think like, so many people are like, I liked it in this word, and I'm like, where were y'all back? Where were y'all? Where?
Gave up. We just gave up and just died.
Did you play Feast in Heaven's Ward?
I played a little bit, and then I just it's hard it's hard to get into PvP in this game. It is. I don't know. I don't see like.
It's definitely not for everyone, so I can
That's the
see.
thing. I love PvP. I love PvP in every game. WoW, Guild Wars. You know, I was a big advocate for their PvPs. I played a shit ton of WoW PvP and even Guild Wars PvP because that was, you know, big. You know, it was big PvP then in Guild Wars. In Guild Wars 2, like it was literally like server v server, like world v world, big open maps, castles to defend. You know, and like that was epic. And then obviously in WoW, it was, you know, it's all about meta. You know, all about knowing. You know, do they have a trinket? What trinket is their trinket down? Is their bubble down? You know, all that. And I get that, you know, in obviously what you guys are talking about in Final Fantasy, where you need to know, like, hear the skills. You know, it's like, oh shit, is that ability down? Can I burst them now? Can I, you know? And again, I would like that. It's just that again, I've kind of been dabbling in PvP on and off, but say I do not have I have the mentality of PvP, just not the skills yet of Final Fantasy. You know, where you got to hear the skills and actually sit down and, you know, watch people stream. Watch people. Like I've caught Brian stream occasion like a couple of times. Some of the times he was playing like a different game or just chilling. And I get that, like, but and obviously I talked to Taru, and Taru, he plays PvP as well. You know, and I see it as like, what do I want to do in PvP? That's why I kill things. But,
Honestly,
yeah.
like I just, dude, I call everyone, so I let all the minions go to and fight for it, and I'll come take where else. And just like so I play.
By the way, while you're talking about killing people, I still laugh when I was in chat and you're like, oh my god, this white mage sucks. And like, we can all kill this white mage, and I'm sat here going, hello.
Oh yeah, we were in voice chat. Yeah, you just got popped. We were like, yo, this guy's dumb. He's just standing here. And then you're like, oh, that was me. I was like,
What the?
yeah, it was me, and I had there were like a couple of new people that I was. Well, they started off new, and then but they were new to rival. And then we were like, yo, white mage, white mage, white mage. And then we were like, yo, this guy sucks. He just stood there. And then afterwards, Shelly was like, yeah, that was me. And we were like, oh, we're like, oh, crap.
I didn't mind. I was laughing, but you know, I just sat here like, yeah, this white mage is shit. I'm like, yeah,
he just stood there, and he just stood there and he just died. And then there was it was him and then another healer. The white man was just standing there, and we were like, dude, they did, you know Kung Fu movie where like Jackie Chan is fighting and all the bad guys come one by one. That's what was happening. Like people just kept trickling one by one. I'm like, bro, this is like eating. Shit, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but Rival Wings. So I forgot who it was. One of you guys that you same. Oh, that's why I like Rival Wings, because literally, yes, sometimes I'll go with anyone from coming, you know, even new people. They go, hey, Eternal, do your thing and split push. We're gonna do objectives, and I don't know if you guys ever played.
Oh, so basically you're like a top laner. You just sit there and split push constant.
Yes,
I understand. Yeah.
And to put into perspective, like HOTS is what I've been playing. I love Murky, and I play like Murky. I'll just push down a lane, kill me. I don't give a fuck because I just took out a bunch of. So you can literally play like that, you know.
Yep, that's true.
But the thing is, you have to be. But it's just like MOBA. If you're terrible at split, but yeah. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna say I think Rivalry is the best mode in frontline, feast, dueling.
Do you think they should have a ranked mode for it then?
I'm sorry.
Do you think they should have a ranked mode for it? Unless they do. I don't know.
God no! Don't remove ranked completely.
Remove rank. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of.
It's too large scale for ranked.
That and also I don't think.
Not really, because like technically Frontlines has a ranking system as
Oh
well.
Lord.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. If you're gonna do ranked, make it something more the way.
Oh, sure.
The way like Feast is right now, it's like you're trying to put a square. So I do think Feast. Anyone in Revival will vouch for it. I always say Feast is the hyperbolic time. You go in there, do one season, suddenly you go from being dog shit to being really good. Like suddenly your awareness is through the roof because you have to be constant no matter what you need to be. So you hear a Sheetan go off, you know it automatic, right? Just when you hear an arm's length pop, you know I recognize. So I think everyone, by the way, whoever listens to this, go do ranked feast, go to Brian's stream, join us. We'll let you know when we'll let you know.
I mean, we got no raid tonight. Well, in the past, by the time this goes live, maybe I'll stream feast.
Yeah, everyone should literally do some feast and not be, because if you're just starting on ranked, and trust me, everyone is in on, so it doesn't matter. Go in there and practice. You could make it to at the very least some.
Okay, when it comes to feasts, you've got feast is the only mode in the game where you have equipment you cannot get ever again. What's your thoughts on this? I personally would wish they would have it so that you're able to use the items from a season to
It's-
purchase previous season.
Okay, can I say something about it? Let's say you have like this timed reward, right? And 100 people got it. It's everything good. Like, and then let's say a few months later, suddenly that thing in the cash shop. How would you feel about it?
I'm not
It
talking
would be
about
like the
cash
same.
shop.
No,
I'd be-
no. I just want to say as an
Yeah.
example, like making it available for everybody. That would like kind of suck because it would if for like PvP player, it would be like the same thing as like, oh, we have ultimate rates, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. You don't have to do it because in a few months I can get it for like for free, or I have to do like less effort for it to get it.
Well, no, what I'm talking about is say that.
And it kind of sucks.
But what I'm talking about is saying, let's just say the reward is gold previous,
Yeah.
and you get gold this season. That you can use your rewards from being gold to get the previous.
Well, it's
Yeah. Well,
Um,
yeah. I mean, top 100.
so-
If you
so-
got the
so-
top 100 and you want the last season top
so
100.
so I'm gonna say this. I only have 2 sets of. That's it. Yet I love P, and I don't feel like I'm
I'm
That-
mainly
honestly.
talking about
I think
mounts.
mounts. Fine. I have 1
Yeah.
mount. I have 2 pieces of armor and 1 mount out of a lot of recolors. So let's just pull a number out of my ass to say out of. I don't feel like I'm missing. The only reason everyone wants armor sets is because they are rare. The moment they're not rare, they're gonna go right in the same. So I'm of the opinion, tough titties. Didn't get it. Sorry.
It's
Right.
just the fact that
Um,
Beast is literally a place that
Then play.
I
it.
mean, if they gave armor and stuff for top 100 crafting and stuff like that, it wouldn't be the only place because that's also like semi stuff.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
the Fluent titles, the Saints, which
Yeah.
I've got, by the way. I have the Saints. I put 50
Okay,
I
so
to.
what happens if I can go do a quest right now and I get it for free? How would you feel, Chili? That's what,
I
basically
wouldn't
what.
mind.
Yeah, that's probably.
So,
that's
I
true,
mean-
but
Yeah,
I-
but the thing
so-
is, wait a second. We are complaining about this, but remember, there is still like rewards or like achievements you can't even get anymore because they were like exclusive for 1.0.
So I didn't get to finish.
Yeah.
I give 0. I would love that season.
Yeah,
that,
also,
that original armor piece. I would love it, but at the same time, I didn't make it. I wasn't good enough. It is what it is. But at the same time, the ones that I do have, if they suddenly became available, I'd be like, that's
the
cool,
difference,
dude.
though. I want it for collection. Like, it might be a good glamour and part of it. I might not. But as Squintania says, I'm not saying you should get it for free. I still feel like you should the top 100. It's just that if you're in the top 100, and you might like. I don't like the last the tokens from that. Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying just do a quest and you get it instantly. I still feel like you gotta achieve it.
Yeah, that's not a horrible idea, TBH. But
I have a. Would you really keep? Would that actually? I don't
I
mean you
mean,
specifically,
I
but
would-
would it actually make people?
I think it would help. I don't know if it would force them to, but I think I'm not. It would help me. I don't know about
Yeah.
the whole queue,
I-
everyone, but personally, it would help.
I don't think it. There were some seasons where they were third recolor, top 100 was
silver.
silver, and they weren't people queuing up. Like,
Yes.
You,
It
you
was
know
just-
how easy it is to get silver? You don't
true.
lose points at unranked.
yeah,
Silver
and
is
people-
literally free, and people still didn't play.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so that's why I'm of the opinion, like, dude, it tough titties, make it, you didn't make it. There were some seasons where I actually tried, and for one reason or another, it sucks. Like, well, I'm not gonna go and take it away from other people, but at the same time, if the rewards that I did get, if they were to
And Flash, one of the reasons why I don't touch PvP, especially because I know ping is a very important factor of PvP. And yeah, my ping is sometimes pretty bad. I'm gonna go back to when I had to do Kefka at 400 MS. So yeah,
I do get
But
that.
it's because you play but it's because you're like in Europe and you play
Yeah.
on an American server. That's normal. If I play on Japan, like Japanese servers, I mean I can feel the difference, especially as a healer. That's terrible if you
Yeah.
have a
But,
ping
yeah.
while you're. But
I
I,
will
think
say-
it's normal. I mean, like if I play on Europe servers, I don't have any my highest.
I only
I will
play on
say-
the.
I will say everything's possible because I'm a player who plays on JP and U and NA, and I'm capable. So it's possible for everyone. As long
I'm
as you
just a
like,
bad.
yeah. Skill just comes first, and then ping is like the later part. Because I do get affected by ping. I'm sure people like complain, "Oh my god, I can't do this because my ping is so high." But it's possible.
But nah, by the way, the
But
300 thing was I
I
found out there was a fault, and my ping was like going from like 500. I was having to do mechanics before I even started being to actually dodge the.
Oh, that's good. That's luck, I guess. But I can understand the issue. This is the reason why I can't really play on Korean servers anymore. Is because when I play on there, I have like 500, 600 ping as well, and that's unplayable.
So I kind of want to go back because this is something I've been
Yeah, sure.
I've been thinking about for. I think the way ranked works right now is stressing. Quite frankly, I haven't done ranked seriously since 2 or 3 years. I'm gonna be frank here, and I'm sure some people are gonna get offended by this. The Final Fantasy community is very, and having a rating system just gets people's anxiety through the roof, where that's why there's no one that it's hard, stomped, they get targeted to ignore, they're stressed. I think a better rank system is one that's a little bit more, instead of needing to be top 100, there's the same ratings, but the rewards for the season are based off of. So let's say that threshold is 1,500 rating. Everyone above 1,500 gets their numbers are pulled out of my ass.
I mean, they could
think
make a
that's-
percentage system rather than an actual, say, 1% of the top 1% get it. That would be a bigger
I
pool of people.
Disagree. No, that's they're gonna make it so it's super hard, and only a tiny percentage of people are gonna get it. The big issue right now is people are like, man, only 100 people per data center get it. That's not fair. That sucks. Well, the way there's an infinite amount of these armor rewards and mount rewards for you. Now it's, are you actually gonna put in the effort, get good, and make it? So I do think something like that is a much better. It'll address a lot. The biggest one, the folks who say only 100 per data center. That ain't cool. There's only 300 in America, in North America, 200 in Europe, right? 500 armor total between. That's pretty exclusive when each server itself has a couple. So if it's just your show, you get it. It opens it up for everybody, and anyone who's actually willing to put in the effort is going to. And quite frankly, I think 1,500 gold, 15 that's given to you.
Also, for anyone that brought up the fact that I got the Saint title and make it easy to get, I don't mind. As long as the quest involves 12 to 15 hours of fishing for 9 days, you can have your Saints title anytime you want.
Have a life.
So
I don't have the time to pay. No, like honestly, I mean, I play a lot of PP, but even I didn't get like on the top 100 in every season. I've been playing since season 1, but I just don't have the patience to be like, especially in the early seasons, can even get pops. Like if the season started, you'd be like 4 hours for one pop. So we actually had to like plan with the community Friday's feast night. I don't know how it was for NA.
Yeah, I remember
basically
that
Europe.
being a thing.
Yeah, we had like a Friday night feast where everybody would like queue at the same time, and we would like get pops. And if you were lucky, you had like around 10 matches on one evening. And we would do this like on every Friday, and this was during active season, but nothing would be like popping.
yep,
That's why
we had the same experience.
Yeah, so and that's why it was in early. Was like the ranking was like you had like 900 was like top
It was
50.
rough. I remember
Yeah.
I remember like I think season 1 or season 2. I didn't make it because the queues completely died the last week and unable to get a match at all, even with like sitting in an 8-hour queue during the season. So I know that experience.
And the matches itself were longer than they are now. I mean, they were like 8 minutes long.
Yeah.
Bring back I like when they'll boo you. It's like, yo, y'all
Oh,
suck. Y'all
I
suck, boo.
heard booze time.
No, yeah, no. In calling time they would actually like boo you. The game
Okay,
would boo
bring
you.
the booze time back.
Yes, you would actually hear in the background boo. boo.
And they removed it, and I'm like, bro, who complained about this? Come on,
Oh.
who actually complained about it? Who got offended? I was salty. I was like, dude, come on, it's a freaking game, boo. And someone went and complained.
I want to go back a little here into his proposal about the reward system change. I like what you said. It definitely would get more people playing, but I don't think everyone has to play the feast. So like, why can't it just be a small community of people anyway?
For the feast specifically, or PvP
Yeah.
in general?
Just feast.
So okay, it's a small community, and how many undeserving people are in your high rank now? How many matches get decided by who gets that one guy who crept through the rank?
90% in current day.
Exactly. So the biggest
Excuse
issue.
me, it's not even in high rank. Okay, I'm still in silver. I'm at my gold promo.
Yeah,
it's
but-
even bad
in
there.
higher-
But
It-
it's
sorry.
expected to see bad player.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
if you're in like a top 100 level match, you got this dude. Just there's no nice way to word it. Who doesn't deserve to be
in
there?
today's era, you can have no countdowns in diamond.
Yeah, so that's a problem because they really distinguish between bronze, unranked bronze and silver, gold, plat, diamond. Like it all gets jumbled together. They all get pushed up to the higher end, and that's where you get these. Let's be honest, Brian. How many times do you load in and you go, "GG, I got so and not because they're bad." Like, but they just don't belong. And there's a lot of times where I load into a match, I'm like, damn, this guy is really good, but he is not at this level that we are, that the rest of us are. And that's why I think the way I proposed it, it'll hopefully get more people involved. And then you won't have this kind of tunnel where everyone gets pushed into top 100 level. There'll be enough players where the gold and below will stick to their gold and below matches, and the platinum diamond will be able to because quite frankly that's the biggest reason I don't like it's I'm sorry whoever gets offended, but it's memes from unranked all the way to top 100. Like it's just memes.
Well, don't worry.
It is what it is.
I don't think anyone disagrees.
Well,
Yeah, so
don't worry,
that's why,
Eternal. When
I'm proud to
Endwalker
be a meme.
launches, none of us will go away.
Okay, yo, I really do like that the rank system is going away. I do hope they keep Feast around at least as because I really do think Feast is the best way to try.
I will say
if
that
they've
it's probably gonna be paused because hasn't every PvP like when they've added new maps they've
Yeah.
with other modes for the new modes.
Astragalus got locked for the original.
Pause like Astrologus. Feast is dead.
Yeah.
Long live the feast, says Thursday.
But no, I would like for the rank systems to be done away. It's just there's not enough players invested at playing for the high level to make it fun for the new player and for the. I'm gonna be frank. Feast is not fun if you're new. Feast is not fun if you're. The fun comes whenever and people. That's where I'm like, I don't care that I lost. This new guy that I was playing with, he actually went, "Hey, dude, thanks for."
So you want to
Right.
teach me one stream?
I mean, honestly, you come to if you're on Aether, come to any of the training days we do and ask questions. To do
There you
that.
go. When is the training sessions on Aether, and how can they find out more? Because I'd like to know as well.
Follow on Twitter, join the community, and
There you go.
like if you have revival muted, unmute it, or like kick rocks. We need that to not be muted. But yeah, I think Feast is a good place to really help you get good because it's 4v4 and you have a much higher impact than in rival wins and frontline. So I hope when they're saying Feast is gonna get removed, I hope they mean the rank portion of it.
Yeah.
But I do hope that the mode itself stays around.
Can I
also,
be honest?
yes, but hold on, let me say one more thing.
Okay.
In case Square
No,
Enix is listening.
okay.
No, it isn't. Square Enix.
Oh yeah, Square Enix loves
Square
moving
Enix?
around.
Yeah, Square Enix. I know you're listening. I know you listen. Give us custom frontline and rival wings too, because this chicken event would have been much easier if we could do.
I think we should not even pitch anything right now because the new mode is coming out.
Yeah, whatever the new mode is. Paul, before we ask the guests, what would you like the new
Probably
still-
something capture the flag thing,
I guess Paul
or
is still AFK, so anyway, back. Welcome back.
Okay, I wanted to say
To the flag.
something.
Yeah, you say something.
Okay, Feast can be deleted, but keep light party.
Okay, hold up. No. No,
I'm
wait,
saying
wait,
very
wait.
something. Wait,
Ev-
I'm not finished yet. I'm not finished yet, Ethan. Now it's my turn. I'm gonna say something very controversial, but yeah. The thing is, there is also the biggest issue I think for a lot of people as well, which I find kind of annoying in ranked, solo ranked as well, is the coordination. It's really hard to coordinate like we've never played before. And that's why I prefer light party over solo, because you have your team, you practice with your team.
That's why customs exist. In Light
Okay.
Party, all that happens is that little Timmy goes, "Yay, Light Party!" And then they go up against like freaking top 5 players, and they get murdered. And then they go, "Fuck
Oh,
Feast,
Timmy!
fuck PvP."
No. Hey, Ethan, I didn't say anything else. I only said I prefer light party over solo.
Custom matches are the way
okay.
to go.
So when you say live party, do you mean live party rank or do you just mean customs, like he said?
No, no ranked. Please.
Oh,
I'm
you're
still-
crazy.
I'm still talking about the
Dude.
ranked system. I was still talking about the ranked system that I prefer LP over solo ranks. I'm
Delete.
sorry.
100%.
But what about
Light Party
Paul
is
and
more
Timmy?
fun. Light Party is fun, but ranked season Light Party, bro,
It's
that
worth
shit
it.
is
Oh,
a
okay.
No,
that shit is a meme, dude.
That's your guys' opinion. Okay, I have my opinion, and I stand by my opinion. Okay.
I do think it's more fun when you get a good team versus a good team.
I had-
but
I
most-
had the best matches in light party than I had in solo.
We could do that in custom. In Light Party, you sit in queue for hours, and then you get little Timmy a good 60% of the time, and then sometimes you get some actual good teams in there where you're like, holy, really
Look,
fun.
at least Timmy's
Why not
trying,
just-
okay?
I don't.
Yeah, but
know,
why not just
all.
cut the fat? Fuck waiting in queue, and you go, hey, Light Party team number 2, do you want to scrim with us? You have this fun.
Okay. No, wait. I have to say something. I don't know how it is on your guys of the side of the server, but actually we had really good AU teams. Even newer teams actually were not that
Yeah.
bad.
There are, but most of it, you wait.
We
you
had
wait in
a
queue,
lot of fun.
You wait in queue.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the queue time. I'm talking about the matches themselves.
But
Just
there's
do-
still
just do-
I'm
problems.
not
'cause
talking about the.
Wait. So I played EU. My team second place on light, but it was still a nightmare because we had to wait forever in queue, and then
Yeah, but
people
I'm not
refused
talking
to.
about the queue.
Well,
I'm
but,
not
but,
talking
but
about
people
the
refused to
queue.
play in general. So like, what are we supposed to do?
just-
Yeah, but the matches you had, were they good or were they bad?
But then just do
They were good.
custom. That's
Yeah,
the
see?
thing. But then do custom. That's light part.
People were so
Oh.
focused on the reward to the point where like, oh, I'm not gonna play against this team because I'm gonna keep my points.
Oh, that's the other thing.
That was
like,
the worst thing ever. I hated
some
it.
people some people just drop out of queue. Like, oh, this team is in queue.
Yep. And it's not their fault because that is the way to play the game smart. Why would you if
Yeah,
you're
but
ranked one?
That's the same. That's the same with solo. If I see certain players in queue, I stop queuing as well because I keep chaining them,
Yeah,
and
because
I'm not
so
gonna do
few-
that
except-
myself. So it doesn't
except,
matter.
There's
if the light
even-
party team leaves, no one can play. But if the solo people leave, like you can still people can still play.
Yeah, but you guys are so focused on about the queue times and how long you have to wait.
We couldn't
and
play. I was
I'm-
mad.
Bro,
On
you
light.
literally get
Look.
what you want by doing a custom match. That's why.
Like,
I don't know if you
last-
saw me.
like-
I went nuts on light.
like
because
last light parties, my team had at around 60 matches. So don't tell me there was no matches. You had to sit in queue for all day, etc.
my
That's a
team.
big fat lie.
I was the second place team on light. I was so mad. I raged because no one wanted to play against my team, so we couldn't get rank 1 because the rank 1
Wow.
team refused to play.
Yeah. Here's
Yeah.
what it is. It all comes down to the same thing. There's not if there's
Yeah.
not enough people for solo queue, there sure as hell ain't enough people for the five team. I'm pulling numbers up, but I think 10 teams. I don't know. A certain amount of team already takes up most of the top one.
I think
Let's go.
Yeah, great. Now find another team who wants to do custom because at least in LP seasons teams would queue up for other stuff. You have to make a plan. Okay, guys, on this day, here's a sign up sheet. Just sign up, and then like half of the people don't even show up. That kind of sucks. And then light parties, at least people
if-
queue up.
If there
The
was
teams.
if there was a
Like some sort of Rival Wings Discord over.
some sort of Discord that's dedicated.
Yeah, like Moogle
Oh,
Go
it's
Round.
good
Go
that
click
we
our
all have
Discord below.
different opinions. Like it's good to have different opinions. Like everybody, like
Definitely.
Yeah.
if we all have the same opinion, then it would be like too biased.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
I'm gonna
let
say
me-
this, Chili. I'm gonna say this now. When you asked me, I picked your.
Look,
I knew
Of
me and
course.
Brian. I knew me and Brian would disagree on some things, and I knew that you were for like
The
everything.
thing is, no, like Eternal hates it whenever I bring this up, but that I make a distinctive difference between like NA and EU, Europe. The thing is, the mentality is just different. I notice this a lot, like when I'm reading the chat and everything. Notice that there's a different mentality in the player base.
a bit, yeah.
And this is why there is. I mean, like Brian maybe can like attest to it because he plays on both. Like even with a FanFest, I mean, Brian came over to Europe, and even the mentality of the the people at FanFest was so much different as the people in NA.
Yeah,
It's just
I
what
would
we
say
see.
in general, EU are more when it comes to things like rankings.
Sweet Paul, we're more chilled.
Yeah.
This is why you can't really like put all the player bases at the same because
true,
it's
that's true.
really
But
different.
I agree, but there's no opinion.
No,
There's
we
not
have
enough.
opinions. No.
Okay.
There is enough. There is a difference. It's really different.
Okay,
You know, like,
Yori,
again,
I have a
Yeah.
question, Cammy.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
do you feel about the COC tournament then? Because that's technically light part.
No, that's chaos. Light is right. Chaos is wrong.
Oh
no,
my
I'm-
god!
no, I'm-
But, okay, so if it was on light, would you like it? Because
No, I find it okay that there's a tournament. I mean, I have nothing against the tournaments, and I'm supporting them. I'm not gonna participate because my team is kind of like easy at the moment. I'm not gonna make a level. At least I have an alt on chaos, but I'm not gonna level up here now. I'm white mage, so I can play my white mage or anything like that. But it's good. But to be honest, it's not something you should have something alive, and running and thriving.
Okay, well, we will be soon starting to wrap up because we normally try to be around an hour, but we've been about an hour and a half already.
Eternal just talks too much.
But we've got a lot more people on, so it's fine having a bit longer show.
Yeah.
And we rarely ever stick to the hour limit anyway, because I mean, this is the most I think this is one of the most we've talked about Final Fantasy. Distracted.
I've been talking to chat.
Yeah.
We've had a nice conversation. They've just been having a heated discussion. I've just been like, I came back from a pee and it's just it will take the shit. I
Yeah.
thought they had a nice. Oof.
What you peed, not shit.
I went for a nice pee. I've been holding it in for nearly an hour and a half.
yeah,
Uh,
we should get if we can that question someone in chat.
Do you want to say it, Brian? One from Flats, right?
Yeah. Basically,
so Paul, I think
go
your
ahead.
thoughts on other MMO are important because what do you feel? Yeah,
What do I think it's missing? Well, first of
Yeah.
all, players, because that's
Rules
where
and
kind
terms.
of Final Fantasy is lacking. Is the players are not they're not interested in PvP. Where in other MMOs it's flourishing. But again, what obviously the Final Fantasy PvP revival are doing are trying to get those players again, and that's what community driven. I know. I come from a background where I do arenas, so 2v2s, 3v3s. Feast was sort of that, but it was it was different than say arena where I'm just looking for the kills. If I can one shot, can I one shot? So and then in obviously Guild Wars 2, it was big open battles. Fort defense. You were defending a fort from other worlds, and I enjoyed that mostly because it was big onslaught of battle. And I do get what like Yuri. I fucked up your name already. I say it more Russian than anything. I understand like light party. It's different from solo. It's way different from solo. Light party, the team you communicate. You're probably on Discord, and solo you're not on Discord. You have to use those weird little chat emoticons because people can be toxic. If there's if there's just a dedicated solo queue and a dedicated team fighting like queue, then I would like that. But then we don't have the players because, as they say, the queues, they don't fucking turn up. It's like if I wanted to play PvP and I wanted to queue in Final Fantasy, I'll be there for like 2 years, give or take. But I don't know, I like what they're trying to do with PvP, but if Feast is going away, then that's probably just going to like, I don't know what they got planned.
So the new mode is gonna be casual, they said, and low man. That's all we know so far.
So there you
I
go.
would love you back on sometime to talk more about this because I have in this podcast. So, any other last things you want to talk about before we go wrap up, Brian?
Not really. Just make sure to join the Discord and our community if you have any interest in any PvP. So the low man stuff and the frontlines modes.
Remember to go follow Brian's Twitch channel down below. Wonderful, lovely.
Dang.
Eternal.
Oh yeah, the only thing, Paul, what's really missing, everyone out there. So that's kind of why. So I get it. PP is I'm getting a fat. Try it anyway. Give it an actual. Come in, join the community, ask questions. Good win rate is assuming thing. But those are good win rates, right? If you're losing and winning evenly, that's a good win rate. Don't expect that. Expect to a lot. It's good. Every single loss, there's something hard part. I know I'm always, the hard part is what to, and that's where there have been a lot of hey, it's cool, you're telling me work on, I don't know what it is. Now, depending on skill level, 1.3, and then they come back. Are they the best players after a season? Sometimes, generally, but they'll come and go, hey, you know what? I didn't make it, but I improved a lot. Come in, talk, stop lurking, say hi. Going from I can't kill, holy shit, that sucks, I just murdered him. Really good. Socials, I don't really have it. You could follow that is at FFXFIV. We generally go on there. Join. Stop being scared. No.
We at Moogle Go Round support lurkers in our chat though. Please lurk with us.
Oh man, no. If you're coming to Revive, we gotta talk. You gotta talk.
I mean Revival, sure, but in Moogle Go Round Radio, please find to lurk with us. We're not angry.
They like lurkers, and I think Brian and everyone else likes lurkers. I want y'all to talk.
In my stream, definitely.
No, I want y'all active. Let's get some. Let's get this bread.
Look, I'd love active people in my chat, but I don't mind a lurker. They could just be talking to
man. Never mind.
Omni says, "Let me lurk." Omni wants to lurk you.
I mean, she lurks already. She only came back.
Geckos are cool, so that makes a good choice. And Yuri.
I don't really have anything much to say. Most of it are said. I just want to say as a last point, people who are scared to get in, you can also just join the Discord and just be social, the community. We have a really nice they're really active as well. I know it can like a little bit scary if you join the Discord and there's like always the same people talking. Never be afraid. We are all very open. Yeah, that's just my 2 cents, I guess. I don't really have any social to follow either. I have a Twitter. I stream sometimes. I just stream sometimes with friends. Funny thing, but that's it. But you can follow me. I stream once every year. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. And no, I rival wings, frontlines. I stream games sometimes.
Oh.
But yeah. Anyways, join the community, guys.
Rival Wings
and
best
light party best.
Solo queue best mode.
Ballista.
Get out of here,
best.
Okay, no, okay. Heaven's Ward best PCAM. Everything else doesn't matter.
3x.
Blizzard 2 healers were the bomb, okay?
That's Paul throwing his rage, I think.
Hmm?
Paul, have you got any shout outs to talk about before we wrap it up?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
No, I think they said it all. Is Final Fantasy PvP for me? No. Again, I come from WoW and Guild Wars, where the PvP is a lot different. A lot different.
I have a question for you, Paul.
Mhm.
So a lot of people always say WoW people, and I did some research because I tried playing WoW, so I looked up people, and I guess my first question is, when was the last time?
Literally this morning.
Okay, is it actually as popular as before? Because from the forum posts that I saw, from forum posts, Reddit, comments and video, a lot of people complained, and a lot of the complaints were the same as Final Fantasy. There's no rewards, too hard, not enough people play. Although I don't think they know enough. They have it. But I see a lot of the same kind of issue.
Well, rewards, it's kind of weird now because obviously Shadowlands, you can get some pretty decent gear. So a lot of people, most of the Mythic Raiders, so the high level Mythic Raid guilds, actually did a lot of PvP to get decent weapons because obviously weapon damage was pretty good there. But in the terms of actually like meta, because I don't know, does Final Fantasy 14 have a meta when it comes to classes?
Some
Yes.
jobs are definitely better than
Good enough.
So in the 2v2 scene, where you see Rep Paladins are broken. Rogues are also broken. Everything's broken. You see the nerfs broken. But there is a meta towards it. And to be fair, you don't actually get that many rewards. You get a cool title, was like Gladiator, makes you look cool, I guess. But you do get a mount if you get like certain score. But really, right now, it does a lot of gear. So you can get like really good gear, and then you can go into raiding. That's why some people do PvP, which I find stupid. But when you see new players coming to PvP, you instantly know because they don't have a trinket. They don't have, say, like trinkets in WoW, where it's like you have a trinket to remove CC. So if you get CC'd, you have all these. And if you obviously they have add-ons. We have add-ons over in WoW, so we can see if people don't have what people have. What are they rocking? What talents are they rocking? In WoW, in FF, we don't have that. You guys don't have that. You have to play it by ear, by sound, what they use, what that. Me, I have a thing on my screen that says, "Oh shit, they just used a defensive. I can go in now." But in a sense, do I get Q pops? I do get Q pops quite a lot. Am I high rated? Not right now. I'm not. I'm in the 200 2000 IRAN right now. So it's like I'm in like the middle ground. But I'm getting Qs like nearly every day. Like there is like a certain spot where there is like Qs going like insta popping. But yeah, you do have to wait like 5 minutes, I guess. Say that if I wanted to go on now as I play on EU. There'll still be people popping. The Russians will be there,
For the big, not enough.
Yeah, I think Final Fantasy 14 has got the lowest pop of WoW. Not the lowest pop of PvPers. Where over in WoW, I'd say that there's more PvPers there.
I think it's the same for here. I've never played WoW, but my friend played it, and literally anytime he was like, "Yeah, they're equivalent of Party Finder." If I go into Party Finder, I think it's just a matter of a track save. No offense.
Oh, no offense. I've said it as well. It is a very casual MMO. Like, yeah, you do have the hardcore raiders, and like even they're getting pissed off because obviously the new ultimate has been delayed. So the hardcore raiders are pissed here. We're in a lull, like in just a content lull where there's not much to do, and you're just waiting for the next expansion. I don't log in every day. I log into raid. That's it. That's all I do. Log in, raid, log back off, go play another game. And where for PvP, you have to wait because you have to wait for the community to kind of do a community night where you can actually play PvP. In WoW, I can go queue right now and I'll get a game. I don't have to wait, say I do in FF to play Feast or play Rival Wings because the queues are so dead that you literally will be there for at least an hour if you're solo and if nothing's popping. And you don't know that because you have to literally go on a Discord, say your Discord, and say, and like, look, is the queues popping? Is anything popping? And in PS, shit, I go on PS nowadays and it's like 4 parties. And I'm like, okay, well, not 4 parties.
No, there's 12 parties and 8 of them are selling parties.
Yeah, and people are selling runs. So it's like, oh, okay, interesting dilemma we have here. But
I don't know why. I'm not talking about PvP. I'm just talking like when you look into the party finder and see they're literally just selling streams right in the party finder.
Yeah.
There's not much to do. There is some content we got Neo Raid. Okay, that's cool. You do that once a week at most. Expert, unless you're like already best in slot in the gear, you just do it, get some stuff. That's it. PvP, obviously you're making it fun for yourselves by obviously getting people to actually play PvP. And it's good, but say if I wanted to right now queue into Final Fantasy PvP. Will I get a queue? At this
You might
time?
actually at this time.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. Wait, what data center?
Aether.
Yeah.
Oh,
You'll get
Aether.
Aether,
Chaos.
Aether right now you can get Feast and Frontlines without doubt.
You would get
Okay.
pops right now.
Yeah.
But on Chaos, no.
So now, if I go over to WoW EU right now and I queued up, I would get. There's not a lot of people that play it over in FF. I guess people have lives. I guess people sleep.
We
I'm
sleep.
not one of those
It comes
people.
down to casual.
But-
Eternal.
It comes down to just there is no hardcoreness to PvPing in Final Fantasy.
But
I
I
agree.
will tell
It's
this.
fun.
Yeah.
So join and queue, people.
I will say this now. The main reason why, and I think this is a good way to cap this. Paul, have you got anything?
Would I play PvP in Final Fantasy for fun? Maybe to play, hardcore. Nah.
That's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's what we want. Perfect. So play for fun.
Yeah.
And I think
Well
that's a
done.
good discount.
Video game.
There you go. That's how we end it. Just there, right there. Back-
See tomorrow. You're
back
gonna play,
now.
right?
Yeah, I might just log in right now.
But
Just
no,
not Rival Rings. Oh, is Rival Rings bad Thursday? Oh,
I
no.
love Rivals. I actually have fun when playing it. I mean, apart from being insulted and dying, it's been fun. Yeah.
I think. Oh wow. I think there is a man that when we said.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm sorry. I did the last thing. The rival wing. We have a rival wings rival there in Chaos and Light. I don't know how you say it.
8
Yeah.
o'clock.
I think it's Crystal.
Okay. Paul, your social.
Oh, I have socials. At Paul Metal
Yeah.
1, I do everything about BioWare to Final Fantasy, Dragon Age to Final Fantasy, Cyberpunk to Dragon Age, and Mass Effect.
Okay, well, but what I want to add is the fact that I feel like one of the main reasons why PvP is such a casual mode in Fantasy 14 is because a lot of people, and you see this with a huge amount of the crowd, and I hate generalizing people, but this is the fact that Fantasy 14 is an RPG first for a lot of people. People don't come in for the savages, for the raiding. They come in story. So you also have that market where it's not going to be their cup of tea to like that because, yes, it's MMO, but really they're there for the RPG part of the MMO. And that's one of the things both Fantasy 11 and 14 have marketed themselves more as than... It's marketed as an MMO, but it's always been a story-based MMO. And PvP isn't story-based, so... Ish. It used to have some story-ish because it was about the Grand Company.
Make your
Sorry.
own story of how you do.
Hi, Titus.
Do a Rocky Balboa.
Oh, sorry, I thought you bring the RP community in there now, so we're going to put some RP.
Oh God! Don't ERP PvP, please.
But our peers are welcome.
God.
But don't RP. Don't RP.
No, don't go there. My ears are already bleeding by the use of that word. No,
What? You guys
I
don't
have
like the
nothing
Elsa roleplay?
I don't have anything against D&D and whatnot, but this RP, whatever the supposed to. No.
Look, I'm a Lalafell. I want to stand on another Lalafell and pretend I'm an Elsen. I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is a thing.
Anyway, I want to, and plus I'd probably need like 4 or 5 Lalafells to pretend to be an elf, if we're honest. I want a big shout out to everyone that's joined us today, as we've been promoting it a lot, Pete Revival. Thank you, Brian, Eternal, and Yuri. It's been a wonderful show, and I've had a lot of fun having you on. We'll be back in a couple more weeks' time with some more guests. This has been episode 118. Oh yeah, you can find me at MG_Chili, or you can find us on radio. I'm on both accounts. Yeah, this has been episode 118. Thank you all for stopping by. Bye-bye. In 2 weeks, I guess.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.